Welcome to the Seven Crosses series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up on the 27th of February 2002. And what I want to do in this part is start planning an expansion, because we're now getting to a point where most of the jobs that I'd already created are coming to an end, so we need to start thinking about moving our economy out. Also, we've got a bit of a growing problem which I need to talk about later on, but first things first, as usual, a big thank you for all your comments and feedback. You guys give me a lot to think about, and quite a lot of the feedback in the comments has been related to the new traffic management system, and I'd like to say a big thank you for some of your observations to do with the European driving system, especially the person who mentioned the fact that even when the priority system is in place, there's still a certain regard towards driveways and accesses. So for technically, I could assume that, say, a block of flats coming in with roads like these would not be regarded as a priority access from the perspective of European driving laws. But that actually leads into an interesting question about how the devs are going to implement this. And one thing I would like to see is possibly, say, if you've got a mud road in, of course we've got no mud roads here, or say gravel road here, would not be treated as a priority access. So that would allow you to some control by using mud roads and gravel roads. And it would also mean that when you're first starting out and you're starting a very small community, you will be able to lay out the mud roads, and then the traffic will just move as it is at the moment because there'll be no signs. Now, before we get into doing any planning, I just want to give you an update of where we are. And the reason we're up here in Ollerton is the fact, if I come over here now, you'll see that we've now got this area here. So we now got our second coal processing plant. We've also finished the loading and unloading bays as well, which is pretty good. And so that means that we're now at a point that once we got these rail connections done, we should be able to start using this area a lot more effectively. And just to finish off this area, what I've done is I've told the local construction offices to build this second coal mine. Not that I think we're going to need it. I just thought I'd just do it for completeness. Down in Knife Edge, things are chugging along quite nicely. And I think they've actually built the roads down to here now. So we've actually now got a kind of lit pavement way all the way through here now, which looks pretty good. And I have to be honest, I'm starting to get a bit hooked on having roads with these pavements. And I do really hope that the devs or some modder can come up with a road that will be able to be laid with just asphalt and gravel and not with the lamps. Because I think this would really change the way our cities would look if we could set, say, for example, down here, we could have a asphalt roads with footpaths alongside. So you've got a small kind of implied footpath there, but I think it'd be really cool if you could actually have a footpath alongside here as well. While we're here, we're just gonna, looks like the guys have got this sorted out. What I'm kind of trying to do is push through to about here. I'd like to keep going up here with a don't really want to do that. I think what we will do is we're just going to build a footpath up along here, I think, first, because if I'm kind of putting things up here, I don't want to break this link here. So do that. Actually, we could probably put a small section of light there, because that would then improve that section there. Just want to make sure it's all being hooked up. Of course, the other area this area is still being built. I'm trying to get all this asphalted in as well. This guy's working on these roads as well. Colville is still kind of going along quite nicely. I keep getting these messages telling me the ambulance hasn't arrived. And of course, what I'd like to do is possibly eventually start putting in here. I mean, if this guy's got no work, you can see here, these are all examples of the fact that our road crews are kind of running out of work, actually. And if this I think we're just put that in there, and hopefully this guy will pick that up. Give him a little bit of a shove. For some reason that's... Oh. Just want to double check that. I think he detected it at the same time as me. So we'll just keep building these through. Just to improve the flow of traffic around here. Over in this area, what I've actually done now, and it's a little bit of a risk and it's going to cause some reduction in output here, is I've started building the second steel mill, because we're now at a point where we can start bringing all this online. The other thing also, you just see here, I've got all 3 ore trains now working over here, and you can see that they're so efficient that they're actually kind of queuing up here. So if we just, which is good. I mean, I'm quite happy to have all 3 of them queued up here if necessary, although that won't happen because there'll always be one here unloading. And I really like that because that's exactly what I was looking to get. Over here, my train kind of got a little bit away from me. He's actually built the first section of bridge, which has slowed up this process, but hopefully if we just kind of show him, he's building here. We still got problems with workforce with this here, which is not helping matters very much. But what I'm thinking is that maybe it's time to bring another construction train up to here. And while we're here, we'll just check. Oh, these guys have only got down to 1 job. This guy's building up to there, which means that the line coming into here has just been finished. So he's probably built all the way out to here. So what we need to do now is, where would I like to finish off? I think we're because I'm starting this video and I don't really want to look at this. I'll get him there, and of course all this has got to be electrified through as well. So what we want to do is build these lines through, because then what that will mean is that we'll be able to get a train up here to deliver the bitumen up here. And what we'll probably do is we won't have a train waiting too long. What's that? Oh, that's probably the trains over there. Now there's been a little bit of a big change here, because if you watch the previous video you'll be aware that I was talking about the fact that I've got getting crops piling up here. So I thought, while I was going through the winter, I thought what I'll do is I'll put my second part of the clothing industry here. So what we got here is another fabric factory, and we've got 2 clothing factories here, and I've put a little bit of a bigger warehouse here to take the surplus. And then the idea is that this will produce both the fabric and clothes, and that will then be shipped over to here. And I've actually got meat storage there as well, actually. And then what will happen is that we will then be using this to move this station here. Once it's connected, we're going to use that to move clothes and other items around that way. And to that end, I'm kind of thinking that we've got a lot of track laying out here, and I've been looking at this, and I'll be honest, I'm developing a little bit of an obsession with distribution offices, and I'm kind of liking the idea that maybe we could put another distribution office here for the track, say for argument's sake about there, and then actually put that's the line he's laying up. Okay, we're going to have to be a little bit careful here because we're going to split this line, and that's going to mess our, but I think we can do it. And I want a fairly long line running into there, out here. And you can come there. This one can come in here, like that, except that. Yeah, we've kind of blown the... We're just going to check the train construction now. And what I'm going to rely on is the fact that we've got a helicopter fire office here. And this road I want to kind of curve around here. I'd like to get around that corner there into there, and then we'll bring in the Stilton road crew. I mean, it's very long range, but this is going to be a fairly low priority road. Get you building that to there. Now we'll go and just check the rail office. Where are you? Make sure. Oh no, we've still got 2 here. So you're working there. Oh, maybe I didn't mess him up. Oh, you're going that way. Oh, that's it. True. Yeah. Sorry. What I did was I pulled the train that was going out this way back in to do this bit here. So we've now got that area there's sorted. Over here, we're kind of building up our small little mining town here, and I think I've actually renamed it Iron Town. And what I'm thinking is we got a little store here, and I'm getting a bit worried about the range and possible capacity. So what I'm considering is putting another small store out here, as somebody's always recommended in the past. I think this is the one. It's the same as before, I think. No, maybe it's not. It's this one, because it's actually got a... Actually, we'll put it there. Actually, if we put it about there. Why won't that? Okay, maybe we can put it just behind here like that, in range of power. Could we? Yeah, I think if we put it, actually it'd be nice to put it in there actually, because it's right on the edge of those. So we'll just drop you in there. And I mean, if it's the same one as this, it's got quite a lot of storage for electronics and other bits and pieces and meat. How many drop-off points? It's only got 2, so I think we will put in a cargo drop-off behind. Probably put a 4.1 in just behind like this, and then hook you in. Again, this is something we need to think about with respect to traffic manager, is do we want crossroads or do we want T-junctions? That's upon reflection, this is probably not very good because it's an angled approach, but we'll leave it. Start. And we've got the famous, get our helicopter crews working on that. And what that will mean is that we'll get 2 shops here, which should be more than enough to supply resources from here. We are actually getting a lot more criminals now, you can see here, but overall I think the justice system is working quite well. I can find the courthouse, or police station, sorry. Always keep someone to say courthouse. It's, while we're thinking about it, let's just go down and just check our courthouse here. Yeah, I mean, I think the courthouse is staying on top of the problem. I mean, we're getting a small queues of crimes, but I don't think we're getting any real backlogs as such. And I think what's happening now is that we're getting prisoners distributed between the 2 prisons. And as the population grows, what the plan is that I'm going to add extra prisons up here. So eventually we may have another prison in this corner, because I want the prison workers working down on our iron mines here. Because I think it's a good return actually, if you think about it, that we've got 210 workers in here for 70 ordinary workers. So if you can get 70 workers in the prison and you've got nearly a full complement of prisoners, and then you've got the buses to take them to a job, you're effectively turning the output from 70 ordinary workers into possibly twice that, so 100, be generous, say 140, 160 prisoners working. So that's quite a good return on the overall process. And I think that covers most of what's going on. And what we're going to do now is go out to up here, because this is going to be my new food town. Now, what I want to do is a little bit of an experiment, because I'm not sure how I can fit things in here, because what we've got a rail junction here, then we're gonna have to come down. I think we'll work it out straight away. Get the tape measure. What I want to do is come down about 260, which is to about that tree there, and then we're gonna come off here over rail line like that. And what I'm aiming at is to have my food production in this area, but it might be a little bit tight actually. Say for example we come around here like that, because what we're going to need to do is come off of here, come up into there as well. Oh, I don't like that, it's a bit kind of funky. And we're going to come around like that. So this is going to be our pick-off point. And what I want to do is fit in here 2 food factories in this area. But what I'd like to do is just plan it over here. So what we thinking? Principle I'm working on is that if I plan it over here, I might be able to kind of get a better feel for where it'd fit in the other one. And that's big. I think if we got 11,000 store, I think maybe 8,000 store. So we want a grain store with a rail connection in the top there. And then we want the 2 food factories. They coming in. I want it to kind of come forward a little bit like that. But you possibly like that. And then in the center here, finishing up. Actually, thank you, game. I think it's the one. This is a big warehouse, I think, that can hold 960 tons of food. And the idea is that I want to put another warehouse in the center like that. Just like bring it forward a little bit, and then I want a couple of cargo depots, cargo stations. I want drop off on that side like that in this corner just here, and then actually no, well, I just want one on there, and then over up here I want drop off point here for the local farm and local farms actually, sorry, and maybe we'll put another one here. Now the problem with this warehouse is, if you look carefully, there's only one directional arrows associated with this, so you can't obstruct both the roads. So actually maybe if we put this just on the back here like that. So that's what I'm looking for. Now And the next question is, where's the clone tool gone? There it is. And what? This is the reason why I planned it over there, so that I can kind of position it a little bit more from the perspective of the overall here, because what we're going to need is another station to send the food out. So what we're looking for is to have, which way would it be? The town would be there. We don't want to be too close to the town. So if I put you, say, about here, then here, I want you to come up this way like that, and then I want to run on a little bit like this, short distance as well this way, because how long is this distance here? Here, it's a bit short, isn't it? I think, to be honest, no, I think, to be honest, I think we don't really need a lot of elaborate track up here. We're gonna come here. Actually, I've just had a little bit of thought thinking about elaborate. And then the idea is that we'll have a cargo depot here. About there. I could probably curve it in a little bit. Now I don't want to crowd this because I don't know. I think we'll just stick with that. And then we'll run the tracks into here. Like that. And that. Put a crossover here. For argument's sake. I'm just trying to think. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put this as an actual depot. The reason for that is that we may be dropping off all sorts of bits and pieces here. So if we come through, possibly like that. And then we'll put another one. Oh, no. Please, wait. Gonna let me, is it? And then we'll put another line there. And the reason for this is that what we're going to have here is some normal warehouses. We can put 2 of these in. So this would be similar to Stilton. And 1 here, like that. And what we're going to have is one to bring in, say, the clothes and electronics up to here, so that we don't have to run trucks up here to deliver then possibly could even put meat in here as well. And then we'll have another warehouse here, which we will use for exporting food around the map. Because we have a fairly big warehouse here, and actually maybe we'll put the bigger one on this side as well. We put a 960 on this side, like that. And then we can put a cargo station on this side, Now I know some of you are probably saying, well, why am I not running rail into here? Because what I want to do is to be able to control the amount of, actually we could probably, yeah, I think what we could do is, no, I think we'll just put you in there like that. Get rid of this connection here. And what that will mean is that we'll have, so we've now got the crops coming into here, into this silo, to run the two big food factories, which will then will be positioned. We can bring clothes, electronics, and meat in on one side, and we can export food out the other side. So we've now got this road connection here that needs to go through. Probably push the road through absolutely dead straight. We got kind of, now this cargo connection probably will run over to here, because I'm thinking about putting another farm over here, so then this farm will feed directly into this silo here. So what we need here is some kind of got a food factory there, food factory there. We could probably squeeze this road junction a little bit here. I'm hoping that if I can, well, we got a possibility of getting over here. So if I put this about here, what's this? This is going to be food pickup line. Right, so we don't really want the lorries going through the bus line. So what we can do is split you off here, around here. Actually, what we'll run you past, run you into there, you into there, you into there, and then we need a road connection from this won't go anywhere, will it? So actually, yeah, we need this connection here. So if we run a road kind of straight past like that, we may want to take that somewhere. You can come there. You can come there. And now we're going to have a problem with the silo here. If we, well, we got this here, but we may need we will need a fire connection. So if I take you up there, run you, say down to there, into there, and then you can run there, run there. And then this road can come out about there. And what we'll get is a whole web of roads around here, and hopefully with a judicious use of footpaths, we could probably come into there, round here. Or we can connect that one to there, and this one can come round to there. So we're going to accept that. Except that road, a whole load of road connections there. So we've now effectively designed our main food production area. You can see we're only up to 51,000. Just accept that rail connection there. Now the next thing I would like to kind of slot in here, probably across the back here, is another rail distribution office. Apologies that I seem to have a bit of an obsession with these, but I'm starting to move towards the fact that I feel that when you're working on a really large scale economy, it pays to have a dedicated rail distribution office close to a main distribution center like this. And that's what I'm actually intending here, is that we'll have a rail distribution office here. All it's going to do is send food out around the map for places. So we're going to put you in rail distribution office, too close to there. So what we could do is kind of slip it in about here on this corner like this. You can run out of here. Want it to get too close to that, and then you can run into there like that. And run into there. Try and get that a little bit tidier. That gives plenty of space for trucks that side. And then what you probably could do is just run it along like that, so that you get kind of line of 4 rails side by side here, and that can come into there. We'll just accept that. And of course we're going to need to put a road connection in. And probably come back to that. Okay. And of course we're really going to need to write a construction office out here, but I think for the moment we'll just get our helicopter crews working on that. I mean, it's going to be a little while until we actually get rail out here. Obviously we've got a farm here doing nothing, which I want to get operational. Now before we start thinking a little bit about the town we're going to build here, because I want the town's going to go this way. We're just going to go around and take a look at what's going on. Not that I don't trust it. Actually, how many over 21s? We got 600 over 21s. So we're looking to find some more accommodation space. So we just get over here. Wow, these guys are really throwing this together. Another reason I want to build here, because I want to put some accommodation here. I think what we could probably do is get another one of these built. You're just working on the steel mill, so you can work on. Actually, let's put. I think we'll put an extra that block there going. I think it's going to be too. It might still be in range. Yeah, it's still in range of the cable car. And once this is built and we know the range, what I want to do is put in a block here so that we can get a little bit of extra workforce into here. Ollerton, not Ollerton, Stilton. I think Stilton is pretty built up, but there's also part of me that says get a couple of these blocks built here next to this station, because we're going to need a lot more workers in here eventually. So how big are these? These are 377, so we're going to get another couple of big blocks in here. Residential, just to keep the nope, it's gone too far. Yeah, what we'll do is get, I mean, they should, I mean, it's possible we could squeeze in 3 here, but I think 2 should be enough. Maybe 3. This can't build due to infrastructure, or we could probably turn that a little bit like that. And then where's the road crew? Let's get you building here. And what that will do is give us what roughly about another 1,100 workers to get into here, to go out and work in our new area here. So just you guys working on that there. In fact, just sort of sudden thought might be able to do is try to set up a little bit of a footpath around the back of these like that. You guys can pick this up. I don't know if this is the fact that this one's got so many jobs, it's very reluctant to pick doesn't exist. That's because I broke it there. Okay. Well, we can soon fix that. Helicopter crew. I don't want you building up there. What I want you doing is building. There's the crossover. So just get you here. Back over. Because in the next part we are going to be setting up our actual rail network inside of here and getting that going. How's the steel mill going? Wow, look at this. Oops. Of course, if you want to go quickly now with overviews, come to overlays here. Well, actually not that, it's this one. So this is 44% finished. You can see we've still got piles of steel coming in, and our electronics industry is still kind of working. It's not as efficient. We certainly need to go and work on producing plastics and actually setting a proper electronics industry up. This is just the temporary fix, and then we can get this built. We've got another courthouse which I've planned. I'm not sure I want to bring it online just yet, but I want to leave it there against the day when maybe we do need a second courthouse. See what the unemployment is in Colville now. I think we're in a kind of position now where we don't have a lot of unemployment, so maybe it's time to put in some more workers here. We don't really have a lot of workforce here. We may actually need to bring this online eventually as well. What's this? Medical services. Okay, I didn't realise I was building that out there. Just see, has this guy got anything to do? You finish off the technical services out here. I think I might have built this just to ensure that I've got my fire trucks can operate here properly. I think I am going to put another block here. I just want to make sure we got a sauna hospital here. We've got an orphanage. We've got a school and a. So I think what we got an athletics club. I think we could get another. Put in a couple of fairly big blocks here. We'll create a kind of a residential enclave here, something like that. I don't want to go out much further in this direction, so if we put in say a couple with a slight staggered effect there. Why is that? Okay, start construction. Yep, they've been picked up. That's good. So we can get another pile of workers in here to go to there to ensure that we got lots of workers down that direction. I'm pretty sure that message that keeps coming up is telling me is over here. We got multiple trains here waiting to unload because this isn't, but it's not a problem. Right, so we move down to Knife Edge. Let's see what the working situation like is in Knife Edge. I'm still kind of thinking about working on the mechanical components. Then again, maybe we'll just let this run for the moment. If they're kind of chunking out the there, how's the steel situation here? Whoops, wrong one, sorry. We got 129 tons of steel in here. So let's see what the unemployment situation here is in Stilton. We got a little bit of unemployment, but nothing major. How about I think we can start increasing this up a bit, getting a few more workers in our television studio. Kind of reluctant to try and squeeze too many more people in here just at the moment. Oh, I think we've finished our road building program, haven't we? Certainly would like to get that bit built. We've now got this bit built, and we've got the footpaths running up there, and therefore got that bit there I'd like to put in. Get that detected. Get that finished. That's been picked up by the road crew, and you guys are going to need to pick it up as well. Yeah, you picked it up. Up this bit of road. Missing resource asphalt. We have a problem with our asphalt plant then. Yeah, I mean, if it is, it's going to be like something like workers. Then we got bitumen. Probably just waiting for a delivery. Then we can get this bit built in, and that'll be filled in. I think I'd like to get this bit built. Yeah, keep pushing everything down here a little bit. This is all built round here now. And if we can get this built in as well. Right, go. So knife edge is okay. Let's take a look at Ollerton. Yeah, we got quite a lot of unemployment here. I would guess that this guy can't really get anywhere. So what we can do is bus people over. What we got here? We got food and got no meat delivery here, but that's okay for the moment. My instinct is to get a bus pickup point in here so that we can possibly move people around. Not built due to infrastructure. We could get a bus stop just in there. We can hook you into there. And we'll get the magic crew on for this. The helicopters. Little one-off jobs like this, the easiest way to do it is actually just to get the helicopters in. We don't need 2 footpaths out of here, so probably get rid of you. And what we can do then is use this stop to possibly send the workers out to here, which is using buses. Let me just see what we could probably do with more workers out here. Oops. We've got virtually no unemployment here. So we got, actually, how much money are we making from? We're making about $500,000 from tourism, and we haven't actually built all the tourism up yet. But I think at the moment I'm quite happy just to leave this the way it is. So in some ways, considering we're making 470,000 from 2 hotels in a tiny little village, in some way tourism is still a little bit OP, isn't it? That's the way it is. Now go up to Foodville and see what the situation here is from the point of view of unemployment. I'm quite surprised if there is. Wow. So we've got a fair amount of unemployment here. We've actually got quite a lot of livestock piling up. I'm just thinking, we've got this livestock farm here, this livestock farm here. I'm just wondering, how much we get from here? This needs 50 people and it needs 250 livestock. It's 125 tons of meat. If, say, for argument's sake, I'm kind of starting to think that we've got no traffic along this road here. But we could build in some more. Say, for argument's sake, this is a livestock farm too. We've got a bus stop here that can drop workers off. Get rid of you. You're annoying me. Say, if I, for argument's sake, say I put in another livestock farm here. Factory, is it? Factory. I'm just going to find the livestock farm, which I can never ever find. Say, for argument's sake, I put another livestock farm in just there. Like that. We put a livestock farm there, and then we put in a base game. All this is that, and say for argument's sake, I put a base game slaughterhouse on this side, like this. Let's put you there. Then if I can break this road here, this road's doesn't seem to be used very much at the moment. Just trim. Actually, we could probably trim this out a little bit as well, and then the mods. Where is it? Forklift facility. Say for argument's sake, but put you just put you there. Move you. Move you. So we've got that there. We need to put the mud road back in again. Okay, that's going to be a problem. Can you go off of there? Why won't you go out of there? It's going to be a mess. Sorry about that. Question is, do we take a chance on that burning down? Let's just knock this down a bit. Remove you. Put mud road back in again. You come to there. Move you. Come to here. That factory, that's a rail connection. We can get you just kind of you round a little bit, like get you in about there. Move you and you. Then where's the fork trucks? And if I could get a connection like that, and then we need a garage, don't we? It's not going to be the most efficient way of doing things, but if we can get a fork truck garage like that, hopefully this will work. And then we can get rid of you. And then we can hook you up there. Like that. Spell in that and that. Come here. Now the idea is going to be is that what we should be able to do is bring in the surplus livestock from this farm, livestock farm, this one here, and this one can all feed into here. And I'm very tempted actually to factory. Push comes to shove, we could probably put another one about here. But we'd have to put in another fork truck, but we don't have a connection to here. But we could always use trucks. So we got this here now. What's the storage for this? It's still 75 tons of meat, so what we could do is come here, bring the road out. Actually, we'll put the road through like that. Put a road there. And then, so we got a meat store here, but this meat store is virtually full, so what we could do is put the meat store directly opposite. Can we flip that? Yes, we can. Thank you, game. We can put a meat store there with we can't use the cargo pickup anyway, so it's getting messy. Yeah, I think we'll leave it like that. Actually, just had a thought. This is actually a forklift garage, isn't it? Let me rethink. What was I doing? I wasn't thinking properly, was I? We can put the meat store there and put a connection there. Remove you. You. And you. Now this is, so what we should be able to do is use this garage here and bring the crops in from here using fork trucks, and this one can work there. And what we can do is move the meat from here to here as a store, which can then be picked up for transportation. The only real problem we got here is no real rail link, but we do have a meat store over here. So what we could do is to distribute the meat to other locations, we could use trucks to bring the meat from there to there for export. And of course this is reasonably centrally placed, so say for argument's sake out this way we can send the meat by truck to here. I'm aware that I'm starting to go over long on this video, so this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video, hope you found it interesting. In the next part, we will start working on our new town here, in order to be able to make sure everything is going okay. But until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.